Welcome to my channel where we delve into the most fascinating stories about your favorite stars from the golden age of Hollywood. In today's video, we uncover the intriguing tale of Yvonne De Carlo and how she indulged her passionate desires. Let's dive right in. Before Yvonne De Carlo became a household name as the iconic vampire Lily Munster in The Munsters, she was one of Hollywood's most glamorous leading ladies. Her striking blue eyes and dark, sultry hair gave her a unique allure that captivated producers and made audiences swoon. However, while her looks made her a star, the way producers treated her was often less than glamorous, bordering on exploitative. Behind the scenes, her personal life was no less dramatic, filled with heartbreak and turmoil that often mirrored the horror show aesthetic of her most famous role. Yvonne De Carlo, a young woman destined to become one of the most celebrated beauties of Hollywood, graced the silver screen alongside some of the industry's biggest stars, dated world-renowned figures, and secured her place as a pop culture icon. Known for her vibrant and dynamic performances, she possessed a rich, captivating voice and an exotic allure that set her apart, albeit with an unconventional charm. De Carlo rose to stardom in the 1940s, making a name for herself in the fantastical escapist films that defined the era, earning admiration for her unique presence and undeniable talent. Throughout her career, Yvonne De Carlo appeared in surprisingly few films that could be considered first-class or truly significant. Many of her credits leaned toward the campy or melodramatic, which perhaps made her transition to television all the more fitting. De Carlo became most widely recognized thanks to TV syndication, where her portrayal of the practical yet delightfully ghoulish Lily Munster on the quirky and humorous horror spoof sitcom The Munsters solidified her place in pop culture. While the show was lighthearted and often absurd, it remains a beloved classic, ensuring that De Carlo's legacy endures as one of television's most memorable matriarchs. Like many female stars of the 1950s, such as Susan Hayward, Eleanor Parker, and Anne Baxter, Yvonne De Carlo often found herself cast in routine melodramas that demanded overblown performances. Yet her likability and undeniable talent always shone through. She possessed a genuine emotional depth and a natural flair for comedy, but these qualities were rarely utilized to their full potential. Despite the uneven trajectory of her career, De Carlo's enduring spirit and talent proved their worth in later years. Her performance of the show-stopping number I'm Still Here in Stephen Sondheim's Broadway musical Follies was a triumphant moment. Belting out the song with impressive power and conviction, the 50-something De Carlo seemed to transcend the lesser roles she had been given throughout her career, delivering a performance that underscored her resilience and made all the struggles feel irrelevant. Truly, she had a point. Before she transformed into the beloved vampire mom Lily Munster on TV, Yvonne De Carlo was a dazzling Hollywood starlet, known for breaking hearts and lighting up the silver screen with her glamour and charisma. Her striking beauty and undeniable talent made her a standout in the golden age of cinema, where she captivated audiences with her unforgettable presence long before her iconic turn in The Munsters. The resourceful daughter of a determined waitress with grand ambitions, Yvonne De Carlo was a master of reinvention. Blessed with charm and intelligence, she had a knack for keeping herself in the public eye, cleverly feeding the ever-hungry Hollywood gossip mills. De Carlo was a natural at generating publicity, whether through her work or her personal life. The media eagerly documented her whirlwind romances, reporting every detail of her glamorous dates with the biggest names of the era. Over time, she built a reputation not just as a talented actress, but as a captivating figure who left a trail of famous admirers in her wake, ensuring her name remained firmly etched in the annals of Hollywood lore. Before breaking hearts in Hollywood, Yvonne De Carlo was just a young girl from Vancouver with big dreams. Born in 1922 as Margaret Yvonne Middleton, she grew up performing in local theaters and nightclubs, honing her craft and setting the stage for her eventual rise to stardom. To create the glamorous stage name for which she would become famous, she combined her middle name with her mother's maiden name, De Carlo. Even before her birth, her mother Mary had grand aspirations for her daughter. Nurses at St. Paul's Hospital later recalled Mary shouting, "I want a girl! I must have a girl! I want a dancer!" This fiery determination and passion set the tone for De Carlo's life as she grew into a performer whose beauty and talent would soon captivate audiences far beyond Vancouver. Yvonne De Carlo's life took a dramatic turn early on, one that set the stage for the resilience she would later become known for. At just 3 years old, her father, William, left the family under a cloud of scandal, having entangled himself in dubious dealings with the wrong crowd. His departure left a void in their lives, and the situation quickly became shrouded in even more mystery. Rumors swirled that William had tragically perished at sea while attempting to flee his troubles. Whether these stories were true or mere fabrications, one thing was certain. Yvonne's early years were marked by instability and heartbreak, a fragile foundation for a young girl's upbringing. Yet, these hardships would ultimately fuel her drive to succeed, shaping the indomitable spirit she carried into her later years. Yvonne De Carlo's path to stardom was paved with relentless ambition, not just her own, but her mother Mary's as well. Mary never let go of her dream of seeing her daughter become a star, but her methods of pursuing that dream often crossed into unsettling territory. Determined to make Yvonne stand out, Mary enrolled her in dance and singing classes, hoping to cultivate her daughter's talent. However, Mary didn't stop there. She frequently drove them from Vancouver to Los Angeles, entering Yvonne in beauty contests and orchestrating public appearances designed to attract attention. These stunts, while fueled by Mary's fierce determination, put immense pressure on the young Yvonne and underscored the lengths her mother was willing to go to achieve her vision of stardom for her daughter. From an early age, Yvonne De Carlo harbored dreams of becoming a singer, and her innate talent and vibrant personality made her a natural performer. Blessed with a strong, expressive voice and a flair for the dramatic, she channeled her ambitions into rigorous training at June Roper's British Columbia School of Dance. Here, De Carlo honed her skills in both singing and dancing, quickly standing out as a gifted student with a magnetic stage presence. Her talent opened doors to her first performances, beginning with shows at the renowned Orpheum Theater, where she dazzled audiences and earned early acclaim. These opportunities soon led to her securing a coveted spot at the Palomar Supper Club, a new and trendy venue that showcased budding talents. These formative experiences laid the groundwork for De Carlo's later success, allowing her to refine her craft and build the confidence that would propel her to stardom. After years of dedicated ballet lessons, Yvonne De Carlo's mother made a bold proclamation. They were heading to Hollywood to chase stardom. While this decision marked the beginning of Yvonne's journey into the entertainment world, it also disrupted her formal education, which had already been sporadic at best. Despite the interruptions to her schooling, Yvonne's passion for dance remained steady. She eventually transitioned away from ballet, finding that other styles of dance suited her build and natural talent much better. This shift allowed her to refine her craft and better prepare herself for the demanding world of Hollywood, where her beauty and skill would soon captivate audiences. Yvonne De Carlo's initial foray into Hollywood was anything but smooth. Despite her ambitions, her first trip to Tinseltown ended in disappointment, as she failed to secure any significant roles. However, this setback didn't deter her. At just 17 years old, Margaret Yvonne Middleton reinvented herself, adopting the glamorous moniker Yvonne De Carlo. Returning to Vancouver, she began dancing in local nightclubs, captivating audiences with her charm, poise, and undeniable talent. These nightclub performances not only showcased her potential, but also served as a stepping stone, allowing her to refine her skills and gain confidence. It was during this period that De Carlo's determination and resilience truly began to shine, laying the foundation for her eventual success in Hollywood. It wasn't long before Yvonne De Carlo and her mother Mary packed their bags and headed to Hollywood, fueled by dreams of making it big in the entertainment world. However, success didn't come overnight. De Carlo spent her days auditioning at studios and her nights performing in nightclubs, doing whatever she could to make a name for herself. At the age of 18, her stunning beauty earned her the title of Miss Venice Beach in a local beauty contest. This victory boosted her confidence and helped her land more nightclub gigs in Hollywood, where her charm and talent began to attract attention. It wasn't long before this newfound exposure opened the door to opportunities in film, paving the way for her eventual rise as one of Hollywood's classic beauties. Yvonne De Carlo's determination finally paid off when she landed a contract with Paramount Pictures in August 1942. While this was a significant milestone for the aspiring starlet, her early years at Paramount were far from glamorous. De Carlo primarily served as a foil for male actors during screen tests, a behind-the-scenes role that provided little opportunity to showcase her talent. On screen, she played small, often unremarkable parts, appearing in nearly 20 films during her time with the studio. Despite the lack of starring roles, De Carlo's name became quietly associated with some notable productions. She appeared in uncredited roles in films like This Gun for Hire, 1942, directed by Frank Tuttle, and Road to Morocco, 1942, a hit comedy by David Butler, where she played Dorothy Lamour's handmaiden. These experiences may not have propelled her to instant stardom, but they allowed her to observe and learn from some of the industry's best talents. This foundation helped De Carlo develop the resilience and skills she would later use to break free from obscurity and make a name for herself in Hollywood. While Yvonne De Carlo's early film roles were a step in the right direction, they weren't enough to earn her widespread recognition. What truly put her in the spotlight were the USO shows she performed in during World War II. These performances not only showcased her talent, but also made her a favorite pinup girl for soldiers overseas. Her stunning looks and engaging stage presence captivated the troops, and she took great pride in entertaining them. Singing for the boys in uniform brought her immense joy and established her as a beloved figure among the servicemen, helping to raise her profile far beyond what her early film career had achieved. When Yvonne De Carlo's contract with Paramount Pictures expired, it marked the end of her bit part era and the beginning of her ascent to stardom. Her big break came in 1945, when Universal Pictures cast her in the leading role of Salome, Where She Danced, a Western directed by Charles Lamont. Producer Walter Wanger, impressed by her striking looks and captivating screen presence, saw potential in De Carlo and not only cast her in Salome, but also in the 1945 film Frontier Gal. These roles were a turning point, securing her a $350 a week contract with Universal, a significant upgrade in her career. Salome, Where She Danced, showcased De Carlo as the exotic and alluring titular character, making her an overnight sensation. Her performance caught the attention of critics, including one from the New York Times, who praised her striking beauty and remarked that she possessed all the looks one girl could ask for. The critic also noted her sensuous dancing, which, as he put it, must have caused the Hays Office, the era's moral oversight authority, some anguish. De Carlo's success in these films established her as a bona fide star and set the stage for the dynamic and glamorous career that followed. The Hays Code, referenced by De Carlo, was a set of strict guidelines that dictated what was considered acceptable content in motion pictures, effectively censoring material deemed inappropriate for audiences. Despite these restrictions, De Carlo managed to leave a lasting impression with her captivating on-screen presence. Reflecting on her grand entrance in one particular film, she recounted, "I came through these beaded curtains, wearing a Japanese kimono and a Japanese headpiece, and then performed a Siamese dance. It was a visually striking moment that underscored her ability to command attention." De Carlo also shared her amusement over the studio's elaborate efforts to cast her in the role of Salome. She claimed they had conducted a nationwide search, reportedly considering over 20,000 girls before ultimately choosing her. The absurdity of the search didn't escape her, but it certainly added to the mystique surrounding her casting and her growing reputation as a Hollywood beauty. The actress chosen for Universal's next big project needed to embody both beauty and exceptional talent in song and dance. When Yvonne De Carlo landed the role, American film producer Walter Wanger himself declared her the most beautiful girl in the world. With this title and her undeniable charm, De Carlo quickly became an unstoppable force in Hollywood. Her rise to fame was meteoric. Practically overnight, Yvonne De Carlo was transformed into Universal Studios' most valuable star. The studio was determined to maintain her image as a flawless Hollywood icon. They imposed strict rules, ensuring that she was never seen in public looking anything less than radiant and glamorous. Whether attending events, giving interviews, or simply walking down the street, De Carlo was required to exude star power at all times. This pressure to maintain an impeccable image only added to her mystique, solidifying her status as one of the era's most dazzling and sought-after leading ladies. That was a demand Yvonne De Carlo was more than capable of meeting. She embodied everything a Hollywood studio could hope for in a star: stunningly beautiful, self-assured, exotic, and enigmatic, with a natural flair for captivating the press. Her charm and charisma made her the ideal personification of a movie star, someone who could effortlessly command attention both on and off the screen. De Carlo thrived in the spotlight, embracing the glitz and glamour of her role as a Hollywood icon. She relished every moment of the attention and enjoyed playing the part of the larger-than-life star. For her, it wasn't just a career, it was a role she fully inhabited, cementing her status as one of the unforgettable figures of classic cinema. It's hardly surprising that Yvonne De Carlo caught the attention of billionaire producer Howard Hughes, a man infamous for his relentless pursuit of Hollywood's most stunning leading ladies during the Golden Age. Hughes was utterly captivated by Yvonne's beauty and charisma, and the two enjoyed a brief romance. However, like many of Hughes's flings, their relationship fizzled out when Yvonne brought up the subject of marriage, an idea that didn't align with Hughes's infamous aversion to commitment. Yvonne's love life wasn't limited to Hughes. She also shared a significant and serious relationship with Robert Stack, the dashing actor known for his roles in Unsolved Mysteries and The Untouchables. Though their romance didn't last forever, Stack reportedly remained an admirer of Yvonne's talent and beauty throughout his life, often speaking fondly of her even years after their relationship had ended. Her connections with such high-profile figures only added to her allure as one of Hollywood's most intriguing stars. Yvonne De Carlo's romantic life was as colorful as her career, and while it would be intriguing to list all the men she dated, the sheer number makes it nearly impossible. In her autobiography, Yvonne, an autobiography, she candidly mentioned some of the notable figures she went out with, including Hollywood icons like Burt Lancaster, Robert Taylor, and acclaimed director Billy Wilder. However, De Carlo was quick to point out that her love life wasn't exclusively filled with glitz and glamour. In a TV interview following the book's release, she humorously remarked, "There were a few truck drivers in there too." This playful comment highlighted her down-to-earth attitude and her willingness to embrace life's variety, whether in her career or her personal relationships. Yvonne De Carlo had already begun to cultivate a reputation as someone who embraced the glamorous, fast-paced lifestyle of Hollywood, and whispers about her personal life were never far behind. Her name often surfaced in connection with prominent figures, fueling rumors about her relationships. She seemed to fully understand the power of publicity, often saying that any headline, good or bad, was worth it if it kept her name in the spotlight. Affairs with well-known personalities like bandleader Artie Shaw and billionaire producer Howard Hughes were openly acknowledged in Hollywood circles. These relationships, along with her striking beauty and undeniable talent, ensured that Yvonne remained a topic of conversation among both fans and critics. Her willingness to court controversy and leverage her personal life for attention reflected a shrewd understanding of the entertainment industry's insatiable appetite for drama and intrigue. In her 1974 autobiography, Yvonne De Carlo offered a candid glimpse into her relationship with the enigmatic Howard Hughes. She described him as an expert lover but admitted to being thoroughly put off by his peculiar toenails, which she claimed curled almost all the way into his toes. Despite his eccentricities, Hughes left a lasting impression on her. De Carlo recalled that Hughes took it upon himself to teach her some aviation basics, although his approach was, unsurprisingly, unconventional. "Howard taught me how to land a plane and how to take off," she wrote, "but he never taught me anything about flying in between. He thought that I had to learn the difficult parts, and that was enough." It was a telling anecdote about Hughes's quirky personality and his tendency to approach life in his own unique way. De Carlo's account added another layer to the already colorful narrative of a man who was as brilliant as he was bizarre. During the tumultuous World War II era, Yvonne De Carlo's personal life remained as vibrant and eventful as her rising career. Her charm and allure captivated several high-profile men, leading to a string of notable relationships. Among her romantic interests were singer-actor Rudy Vallee, whose crooning voice made him a household name, and actors Carlos Thompson and Sterling Hayden, both celebrated for their striking good looks and on-screen charisma. By 1946, Yvonne found herself romantically linked to Robert Stack, a dashing actor whose boyish charm and talent made him one of Hollywood's most eligible bachelors. Their relationship lasted several months and kept gossip columns buzzing. Just a year later, in 1947, Yvonne took a more serious turn when she became briefly engaged to actor Howard Duff. Although their engagement didn't last, it reflected Yvonne's enduring appeal and her ability to form connections with some of the most prominent figures of her time. In her memoirs, Yvonne De Carlo openly and unapologetically named many of the famous men who had shared her bed over the years. Some of these relationships were serious, fueled by her hopes for true love or even marriage. However, not all of her romantic encounters carried such weight. By her own admission, a significant number of them were fleeting one-night stands, moments of passion, rather than lasting connection. De Carlo's candid reflections showcased her unflinching honesty about her life, one lived unapologetically in the spotlight, with all its triumphs, heartbreaks, and indulgences. Her memoir painted a vivid picture of a woman who embraced her desires and wasn't afraid to own her choices, regardless of societal expectations. Amid her whirlwind of romantic escapades, Yvonne De Carlo also engaged in several seemingly serious relationships with a mix of Hollywood legends and high-profile personalities. Among her admirers was the legendary James Stewart, whose iconic charm and gentlemanly demeanor made him a perennial favorite, both on and off the screen. Then there was Ray Milland, the suave leading man whose talents had earned him an Academy Award, adding an extra layer of allure to their connection. Yvonne also caught the eye of Scott Brady, a ruggedly handsome actor with a reputation for playing tough guys, and their involvement added a touch of intrigue to her already colorful love life. However, one of the most fascinating suitors to profess his feelings for Yvonne was Prince Ali Khan, an international playboy with a penchant for courting Hollywood's most glamorous women. Despite their shared moments of passion and declarations of love, none of these relationships stood the test of time, leaving Yvonne's romantic life as dazzling yet transient as the spotlight that followed her. In 1949, Yvonne De Carlo experienced a deeply personal tragedy when she suffered a miscarriage during her relationship with Jock Mahoney, who would later become Sally Field's stepfather. The heartbreak of the loss led to the eventual end of their relationship, but the breakup was anything but amicable. In a fiery comment to reporters, Yvonne dismissed Mahoney's accomplishments, stating that his only claim to fame was being seen with her. The remark underscored the bitterness between the two, revealing just how tumultuous and painful the end of their relationship had been. This chapter in De Carlo's life highlighted the challenges she faced not only in love, but also in navigating the public scrutiny that came with her stardom. Yvonne De Carlo's romantic escapades continued with a string of high-profile entanglements, reflecting her magnetic allure and bold approach to relationships. She found herself seriously involved with Steve Cochran, a Hollywood actor known for his bad boy charm, and Rock Hudson, whose dashing looks and rising stardom made him one of the era's most sought-after leading men. Adding an exotic twist to her love life, Yvonne also had a passionate connection with the charismatic bullfighter Mario Cabré. In 1953, she was linked to the debonair Robert Taylor, a silver screen icon whose elegance matched her own. Beyond her serious relationships, Yvonne's list of romantic and sexual encounters read like a who's who of mid-century fame and power. Her admirers included the Shah of Persia, a figure of royalty and wealth, and Hollywood legends such as Errol Flynn, known for his swashbuckling roles and scandalous personal life. She was also rumored to have had flings with Rod Cameron, Walter Matthau, Red Skelton, Anthony Quinn, and the brilliant filmmaker Billy Wilder. Even the magnetic Burt Lancaster found a place among her admirers. These encounters not only added to Yvonne's reputation as one of Hollywood's most alluring sirens, but also solidified her place as a symbol of untamed glamour and unapologetic passion during the golden age of cinema. In her autobiography, Yvonne De Carlo shared a tantalizing glimpse into her brief romantic encounter with Hollywood legend Burt Lancaster. She recounted how the two made love on a luxurious mink coat in her backyard, a moment as glamorous as it was fleeting. Like many of her romantic escapades, this too was a one-time affair, emblematic of the whirlwind nature of her love life. De Carlo's candidness about such experiences added a layer of intrigue to her persona, offering readers a peek into the passionate and unpredictable private life of one of Hollywood's classic beauties. Yvonne De Carlo cemented her place in Hollywood by taking on a variety of roles that showcased her exotic allure and versatility. She frequently portrayed the quintessential exotic beauty, captivating audiences in westerns and Sex and Sand films that epitomized the escapist fantasies of mid-century cinema. One of her most notable performances in this genre came in the 1947 film Slave Girl, where she donned glamorous costumes and delivered a performance that blended charm with mystery. De Carlo's magnetic screen presence shone again in Casbah, 1948, a musical crime drama where she played a sultry femme fatale. Her striking looks and enchanting voice lent an air of authenticity to her role, earning her praise for bringing an exotic sophistication to the silver screen. These films not only defined her career during the late 1940s, but also solidified her reputation as one of Hollywood's most captivating leading ladies, able to transport audiences to faraway lands filled with intrigue and allure. Yvonne De Carlo's career took a more dramatic and serious turn with one of her most iconic roles, playing Sephora, the wife of Moses, in Cecil B. DeMille's epic The Ten Commandments, 1956. Starring alongside Charlton Heston, De Carlo delivered a performance that showcased her depth as an actress, leaving an indelible mark on cinematic history. The film itself became a monumental success, earning a place as one of the highest-grossing films of all time and solidifying its status as a Hollywood classic. For De Carlo, The Ten Commandments was a career-defining moment, catapulting her to levels of fame she had never anticipated. It allowed her to transition from the glamorous roles of her early career into more significant and enduring parts, proving her versatility and talent on the grandest stage imaginable. During the filming of The Ten Commandments, 1956, Yvonne De Carlo experienced a life-changing romance with stuntman Bob Morgan. The pair had first crossed paths a year earlier on the set of Shotgun, but it was during this epic biblical production that their connection deepened. Morgan, a rugged and charismatic figure, already had a daughter from his previous marriage, whom De Carlo would later lovingly raise as her own. The couple's love story blossomed into a family life filled with joy and challenges. De Carlo and Morgan welcomed two sons, Bruce and Michael, into their lives. Their firstborn, Bruce, had a particularly illustrious godfather, legendary director Cecil B. DeMille, who helmed The Ten Commandments and played a pivotal role in shaping De Carlo's career. With Morgan, De Carlo found a sense of stability and companionship that counterbalanced her whirlwind life as a Hollywood star, creating a family dynamic that became central to her off-screen identity. Yvonne De Carlo's role in The Ten Commandments was a breakthrough that seemed poised to propel her into a new tier of stardom. This momentum led to her next major role as a Manta star in 1957's Band of Angels, a film that paired her with Sidney Poitier and Clark Gable. Unfortunately, the movie failed to resonate with audiences, receiving a lukewarm reception and falling short at the box office. The disappointment of Band of Angels marked a turning point in De Carlo's career. With fewer high-profile opportunities coming her way, she found herself returning to the B-movies and westerns that had defined her early years in Hollywood. While she continued to work steadily, the promise of the stardom she had tasted with The Ten Commandments began to fade, forcing De Carlo to adapt and navigate the industry with the resilience that had always been a hallmark of her career. Around this period, Yvonne De Carlo began exploring opportunities in television. Marking a shift in her career as the golden age of Hollywood waned, she ventured into smaller but memorable roles, guest starring on popular TV shows that showcased her enduring charm and versatility. These appearances included episodes of Death Valley Days, where her background in Western films lent authenticity to her roles, and Burke's Law, where her elegance and charisma stood out in the procedural drama. De Carlo also made an impression on the classic series Bonanza, which was a staple of American television at the time. Her guest roles in these shows allowed her to reach a new audience, keeping her in the public eye and demonstrating her ability to adapt to the changing landscape of entertainment. Though these were smaller projects compared to her earlier blockbuster films, they underscored her resilience and commitment to her craft during a transformative era in her career. Yvonne De Carlo's life took a dramatic and tragic turn in 1962 when her husband, stuntman, and actor Bob Morgan suffered a devastating accident on the set of MGM's How the West Was Won. While filming a dangerous train sequence, Morgan was run over, resulting in the loss of his left leg and leaving him permanently disabled. The accident had a profound impact on both their personal and financial lives, as the medical bills quickly piled up. To cover the mounting expenses, Yvonne returned to the stage, performing in various nightclub acts to support her family. The financial strain was compounded by MGM's refusal to accept responsibility for the incident. In response, Yvonne and Morgan filed a $1.4 million lawsuit against the studio, seeking compensation for the life-altering accident. The lawsuit underscored the couple's determination to seek justice, even as they navigated the emotional and physical challenges that followed the tragedy. This chapter of Yvonne's life highlighted her resilience and devotion to her husband, even in the face of overwhelming adversity. Yvonne De Carlo later revealed the harsh reality of the aftermath of her husband Bob Morgan's devastating on-set accident. According to her, the studio employees were under immense pressure to protect the company's interests. They were reportedly threatened with termination unless they corroborated the studio's claim that all necessary safety precautions had been taken during the shoot and that the tragic incident was no one's fault. This left Morgan without any witnesses willing to support his case. Despite his suffering and the severe impact of the accident on their family life, Bob Morgan's lawsuit against the studio was unsuccessful. The strain of this legal battle, combined with Morgan's injuries and the challenges they faced as a couple, ultimately led to the end of their relationship. In 1968, Yvonne and Bob separated, and although their marriage officially lasted a few more years, they divorced in 1973, closing a chapter of heartbreak and struggle in De Carlo's life. By 1964, Yvonne De Carlo's star power had begun to wane, and her career was in need of a fresh direction. Taking a bold risk, she accepted an unusual television role that would ultimately redefine her image and introduce her to a new generation of fans. That year, she transformed into Lily Munster, the quirky and campy vampire matriarch of the sitcom The Munsters. The show premiered on September 24, 1964, and quickly became a pop culture phenomenon. Audiences embraced De Carlo's comedic timing and charm, seeing her in a completely new light. Far from the glamorous roles that had defined her earlier career, The Munsters showcased her versatility and cemented her place as a beloved TV icon. This unexpected turn revitalized her career and proved that De Carlo could adapt to changing times while still captivating audiences. This role would become the cornerstone of Yvonne De Carlo's acting legacy. The Munsters introduced her to a new generation of fans, with the character of Lily Munster cementing her status as a pop culture icon. Initially, the role of Lily was portrayed by actress Beverly Owen, who brought life to the Munster family's matriarch for the first 15 episodes of the series. However, due to personal reasons, Owen left the show, paving the way for Yvonne to step into the role. Taking over as Lily Munster in 1964, Yvonne embraced the character with gusto, transforming the ghoulish yet glamorous matriarch into an unforgettable figure. Her performance blended campy humor, maternal warmth, and her signature charm, making Lily Munster one of television's most beloved characters. This casting decision not only revitalized Yvonne's career, but also defined her public image for the remainder of her life. Once Yvonne De Carlo settled into her role on The Munsters, any initial skepticism or concerns she had about joining the cast began to melt away. She quickly adapted to the quirky tone of the show and embraced her character Lily Munster with enthusiasm. Even Fred Gwynne, who played her on-screen husband, Herman Munster, and had initially been wary of the casting decision, came to appreciate De Carlo's professionalism and charm on set. Gwynne wasn't the only one who warmed up to her. De Carlo's presence brought a touch of elegance to the eccentric family dynamic, and her chemistry with the rest of the cast helped make The Munsters a delight for audiences and an enjoyable production for its stars. De Carlo's ability to seamlessly transition into such a unique role solidified her place as an integral part of the show's success. Audiences of all ages across America were captivated by Yvonne De Carlo's portrayal of Lily Munster, a character who brought both humor and heart to the spooky charm of The Munsters. The show quickly gained a devoted following, with viewers swept up in the comedic antics and lovable quirks of the Munster family. Yvonne was given specific direction to play Lily as a parody of Donna Reed, the quintessential wholesome TV mom of the era. This influence was evident in Lily's nurturing demeanor and household elegance, albeit with a supernatural twist. Behind the scenes, however, bringing Lily Munster to life was no small feat. Yvonne endured an extensive makeup process that lasted nearly 3 hours for each shoot. Her transformation included heavy stage makeup to achieve Lily's pale complexion and striking features, as well as an elaborate, iconic wig that weighed more than 20 pounds. Despite the physical demands, Yvonne's dedication to the role shone through, solidifying her place in television history. Yvonne De Carlo brought her own flair to the character of Lily Munster, infusing her with a unique blend of charm and personality. Always expressive, De Carlo made a point to gesture with her hands while playing Lily, giving the character a lively and distinctive touch that set her apart. Despite being well over 100 years old in the show's lore, Lily always appeared glamorous and impeccably fashionable, a testament to De Carlo's poise and elegance. As the spooky yet spirited matriarch of the Munster family, Lily was equal parts sassy and loving. She managed to balance her role as a supportive wife to Herman and a devoted, albeit unconventional mother to Eddie, while maintaining her signature wit and style. De Carlo's performance gave Lily Munster depth, making her an iconic figure in television history and one of the most memorable characters of her career. Although The Munsters only aired for 2 years, its influence far outlived its original run, finding enduring success in syndication. The show gained a cult following as new generations embraced the quirky gothic sitcom. For Yvonne De Carlo, her role as Lily Munster marked a significant turning point in her career, allowing her to reinvent herself. As the endearing matriarch of a family of monster misfits, she was able to shed the image of the exotic bombshell from her earlier films and take on a new persona, a mistress of darkness who balanced eerie charm with warmth and humor. De Carlo embraced the opportunity the role provided, acknowledging its impact on her career. It meant security, she once reflected. It gave me a new young audience I wouldn't have had otherwise. It made me hot again, which I wasn't for a while. This resurgence of popularity reinvigorated her career, proving that even in the ever-changing world of Hollywood, reinvention was possible with the right role. Her portrayal of Lily Munster not only cemented her legacy, but also showcased her versatility as an actress. After her success on The Munsters, Yvonne De Carlo staged yet another remarkable comeback, this time stepping into the spotlight on Broadway. In 1971, she took on a leading role in Stephen Sondheim and James Goldman's celebrated musical Follies. De Carlo's performance as Carlotta Campion was a standout, particularly for her rendition of the show-stopping number, I'm Still Here. The song, a poignant anthem of survival and resilience, seemed almost tailor-made for De Carlo, reflecting the highs and lows of her own life and career. Her commanding presence and heartfelt delivery earned her critical acclaim and introduced her talents to a whole new audience. Follies not only reaffirmed De Carlo's status as a versatile performer, but also added another significant chapter to her storied career. Following the success of The Munsters, Yvonne De Carlo diversified her career, delving into a mix of television and theater. She made guest appearances in popular shows like The Girl from UNCLE and The Virginian, offering her a chance to showcase her versatility as an actress. Returning to her Western roots, she starred in late 1960s films such as Hostile Guns and Arizona Bushwhackers, reminding audiences of her earlier iconic roles in the genre. De Carlo also focused on her musical talents, embarking on a new chapter in her career. She headlined a 5-month tour of Hello, Dolly and a 15-week run of Little Me, delighting audiences with her dynamic performances. Perhaps most notably, she starred in Stephen Sondheim's critically acclaimed musical Follies as Carlotta Campion. The role was a perfect fit for De Carlo's commanding presence and vocal prowess, and she famously performed the show-stopping number, I'm Still Here. De Carlo herself acknowledged the significance of this role, saying it was written especially for her, solidifying her place in the world of musical theater and earning her a new wave of respect from critics and fans alike. Yvonne De Carlo continued her acting career well into the 1990s, officially stepping away from the spotlight in 1995. During her later years, she appeared in a variety of films, showcasing her versatility and willingness to explore different genres. Among the highlights were the 1975 comedy Blazing Stewardesses, where she brought her comedic timing to a light-hearted romp, and the 1980s cult horror film American Gothic, where her performance added depth to the eerie atmosphere of the movie. In 1990, De Carlo took on another horror role in Mirror, Mirror, further cementing her status as a genre favorite. These projects demonstrated her enduring appeal and adaptability, allowing her to remain relevant in an ever-changing industry. Though her later roles may not have reached the iconic heights of her earlier career, they underscored her lifelong dedication to acting and her ability to connect with audiences across decades. Yvonne De Carlo's final acting role came in the 1995 Disney television film The Barefoot Executive, where she portrayed the character Norma. This project was a remake of the 1971 film of the same name, offering De Carlo one last opportunity to grace the screen. Though her part in this light-hearted comedy may not have been as iconic as her earlier roles, it was a fitting farewell for a career that had spanned more than 5 decades. Her final performance marked the end of an era, closing the chapter on a life filled with remarkable achievements, iconic characters, and an enduring legacy in both film and television. In 1998, Yvonne De Carlo experienced a minor stroke, marking the beginning of a gradual decline in her health. Nearly a decade later, on January 8, 2007, she passed away from heart failure at the age of 84. Her death brought an end to a remarkable life and career that had spanned decades, leaving behind a legacy of unforgettable performances and a lasting impact on Hollywood and television history. Her career? A rich and varied tapestry woven with roles across film, musicals, and television, showcased Yvonne De Carlo's immense talent and adaptability. Yet despite her wide-ranging achievements and the many characters she brought to life, the world will forever associate her with one iconic role, Mrs. Lily Munster. As the matriarch of the Munsters, De Carlo created a character who transcended generations, endearing herself to audiences with her unique blend of charm, humor, and Gothic elegance. It is a testament to her artistry that, even amid an illustrious career, this single role became her most enduring legacy. And that's the extraordinary journey of Yvonne De Carlo, a true Hollywood legend who enchanted the world with her timeless beauty, immense talent, and iconic performances. From her humble beginnings as a young girl with ambitious dreams, to her rise as a glamorous movie star, and ultimately, her transformation into the beloved Lily Munster. De Carlo's life and career left an enduring legacy. Her charm and artistry continue to resonate, ensuring that she holds a special place in the hearts of fans around the globe. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the life and legacy of Yvonne De Carlo, we'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think of her career or her unforgettable portrayal of Lily Munster? Share your reflections in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more fascinating Hollywood stories, and click the notification bell so you're always up to date with our latest content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Be sure to join me in the next video for more incredible stories about Hollywood's timeless legends. See you soon.